Oh, yeah. Breakfast of Champions, everybody. Bud Light. It's what the gays drink, apparently. Right? Isn't it? I'm supporting.
So
Bud
say
Light.
it's great for 9 a.m. It's no problem whatsoever.
Kid Rock, yeah. And Kid Rock shoot this with a shotgun or something? On the bottom. And then he continued drinking them.
And only God knows why. All right.
And only God knows why. Welcome to KayFabe Wrestling Talk. This is where you come to hear how wrestling should be talked about. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back, Barnaby. How's it going? What's been up? What's the word? What's the deal? What's up?
Got to answer all of those. I'll give you one at a time. No, we took some time for the holidays and to take care of some stuff, and but haven't stopped watching wrestling, been enjoying it, and good to be back. Everything went well. Holidays were good. My kid's still alive. That's one of the things I try and do each week is keep my child alive. It's one of the rules. So far so good, man. Yourself?
Pretty good. Just Christmas, blah, blah, blah. Taking a break. Editing's hard work. So a nice little break is nice, but we're back at it, and I'm happy because I miss it. Let's just talk about one thing that happened because we're going to do the most recent Raw and SmackDown, and we're changing it a little bit. So we're going to release, around now where you're seeing it Sunday. So we're going to do Raw and SmackDown because it makes more sense. But let's just talk about the fact that Cody Rhodes is no longer champion before we get into anything.
My Lord, what happened there?
Did anybody see that coming? Well, maybe Fatu did.
Right? I can't believe, it was, very confusing. The Raw after, Fatu was basically saying, Drew was already out of the cage. By the time Fatu showed up, but still, man, that was.
I don't know if that's true.
He was close. He was close.
But Cody was lucid. He would have grabbed those, very easily could have grabbed those legs, right? So Fatu is really playing this Wolverine thing up because he's playing both sides, right? He's definitely a gray area guy. He's in it for himself and the people he loves. That's how Wolverine was. No matter what, he'll kill the Pope if he messes with his daughter, kind of thing. So yeah, we might as well start there. Cody Rhodes, no longer champion. Is there any other big thing? I think that was like the biggest thing. We talked about John Cena leaving. Thank God we don't need to talk about John Cena anymore. But was there anything else that happened that was significant? I don't really think that.
I don't know if significant is the right word. But the last week's Raw wasn't a huge fan of, but that main event, CM Punk, Braun Breaker, unbelievable.
Well, that's what we're getting into now. Like the most recent Raw, or is this the Raw before?
So no, this is the Raw before because this Raw we're about to talk about was in Belfast with Finn Balor.
Yeah, I have my notes and I was confused when you. Yeah, that was amazing. CM Punk, Braun Breaker was Braun Breaker's best match.
100%. And it does take two. We joked before about how Shawn Michaels can have a great match with a broomstick, but Punk really brought that out of Braun. I thought they both had a great match. Punk can still go. He saved Raw. I feel like he almost saved Raw again this week, but that's another story. We'll get to that eventually. But that's the other big thing for me. That title match was phenomenal.
I mean, for me, CM Punk is the most watchable person in wrestling right now. He's the most interesting. I just wish he had a little more edge because he's this little goody two-shoe talking on it is getting a little much. Watching some old CM Punk. I've been watching some old pay-per-views lately, and I kind of miss the sharpness. Because right now he's all like, I like you crowd, you help me. I wish he just came in with a finger.
His Royal Rumble, where he's in the Straightest Society, where he just eliminate people and then sit cross-legged in the ring and talk about how he's better than everybody, and waiting for the next person to come down was my favorite. That was so good.
If anybody out there is young and don't remember it, check out some of CM Punk's first run in WWE because the promos were just incredible.
Yeah.
If you want to see some real good CM Punk, Samoa Joe, CM Punk, the 3 matches they did, 2 of them I think were ties. Unbelievable stuff. And it's, a lot of matches in ROH, he would play by play and then hop in the ring and wrestle. It blew my, when I first saw that, I'm like, my mind went, I don't even know what I'm seeing. I've never seen that before.
Yeah.
It was mind-blowing. I'm like, this guy is ultimate. This is like Jesse Ventura and Shawn Michaels in one. It was just amazing. I digress. Like and subscribe. I haven't said that yet. Matt, your fault. Make sure you tell people, yada, yada. We've got some new subscribers. I think last time we stopped, we were all like 50. We're like 73 now. We haven't podcasted in like a few weeks. So maybe our absence has made the heart grow fonder. I'm not sure. But either way, let us know what you think. Like and subscribe. After WrestleMania, we might even do some old pay-per-view watch-throughs. If you want to comment on a pay-per-view you want us to check out, maybe talk about from any time period, let us know. But what's going on, Matt? So we're starting out here in Belfast at the SS Arena.
Yes, Monday Night Raw, January 19th, 2026.
Day after my dad's birthday. Cheers to a real one. Go ahead.
Let's jump right in. The opening segment was Gunther coming out.
Doing his best impression of a Columbine shooter.
With the trench coat.
Yeah, he's trench coat mafia, man. Dear Lord. I like it.
Right. Crowd was all over him. The previous week they're in Germany or Belgium or wherever they were.
I'd like to point out they're booing him because they can't beat him.
You think that's what it is?
Well, I mean,
because the German crowd loved him, but Belfast not so much. Kind of all over him. And Gunther was out there to.
Germans love showing a power.
This and David Hasselhoff. And
Hasselhoff.
We're gonna get a lot of, and I'm probably gonna skip most of. They declared themselves for the Royal Rumble because that's what everyone was doing, right?
Well, it's because they haven't done anything. Like there used to be like Royal Rumble matches to qualify, right? And they hadn't talked about it until like just recently, and now it's just people going, "I'm in the I do declare I am now in the Royal."
Exactly, nailed it. Really good on that one. So he, Gunther's coming down, basically, bragging about all the things he's done. Say he's going to go in for the Royal Rumble, and AJ Styles comes out to interrupt him to a huge reaction.
Yeah, man. He still got the crowd pull, that's for sure.
Oh, 100%. So and AJ's asking for another match, and Gunther's like, no. And essentially goads AJ into putting his career on. Like, so if you want to fight me one more time, you put your career on the line. I win, you're done. Right?
Well, what else is in it for him?
True. Just
why would he bother? He's got other things to deal with, right? He needs to get that belt around his waist.
Right. He had so he's retired Goldberg, although it was announced like that was,
so was Cena.
It was his last match. It was definitely Cena's last match. Right. This, on the other hand, kind of comes out of nowhere. It could or could not be AJ's last match. Because spoiler, he does accept later. He doesn't initially. He goes away. There's a little chat backstage. And AJ's like, I gotta call my wife. Definitely an interesting way to do things. AJ putting his career on the line for the Royal Rumble.
Something that didn't happen. So, like, another thing I'd love to mention. Oh, are we done? Yeah. He does the Paul Heyman. Is it Nick Aldis on Raw, or is it what's the guy?
Adam Pearce.
Adam Pearce putting his hands on Braun Breaker. This guy's putting his hands on there. Does this happen in this episode? Some of this stuff. Right, let's just go through the episode. We'll talk about it later. What's next?
So next we have the Women's Intercontinental Championship match. Becky Lynch, your champion, versus Maxine Dupree. And before Maxine came out, she was backstage with Natalia, and Natalia's like, I'm going to come out there with you and watch you take out Becky.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, the best thing that happened in this match is Natalia heel turn.
So, yeah, right? Which, and I should have caught it, but sometimes, you know how sometimes people, these wrestlers, they're really good and nuanced, right? Like a CM Punk. Or you have just like terrible, delivery of their words, like Jade Cargill. So I couldn't tell if it was just, Natty being bad at speaking, or if there was some nuance there. My kid, on the other hand, picked it up immediately. as soon as Maxine went out and the camera stayed on Natty for just a minute, she made a face, and my daughter was like, "She's gonna turn on her tonight." I'm like, "What? No, don't be silly. I was wrong."
I kind of thought that was going to happen when she started doing those AAA matches. 'Cause she was kind of like real badass in there. I'm like, I think Natalia is trying to reinvent herself, and I think she's giving her a little test run on the underdogs here. I didn't know it was going to happen that night, mind you. I thought it was just going to be another boring Maxine Dupree match. I mean, the distraction is the distraction. Becky Lynch is the greatest wrestler of all time, women or men. Top 5 at least. So I think she would have won anyway, but it wasn't much. She just put her leg on the rope. Is that allowed? Yes. Are you allowed to do that?
I think so. I think it's fine. The ref doesn't see it. It was hard hitting. Like Becky was really hitting Maxine like pretty good. Is the one thing I noticed. I will give Dupree some props. She had a good like running kick sequence there that looked pretty good. But I mean, Becky Lynch is just really good in the ring. Now she's a terrible human being. She's generally just very mean and rude and doesn't care about people. And runs down Belfast entirely. Basically saying that the best thing about growing up here is leaving. So she wasn't doing herself any favors. She wasn't endearing herself to the crowd. But
where does she live now? In California or something cool?
She's pretty damn good in the ring. I think probably Florida, right? So where most of them live now.
Yeah, you go from Belfast to Florida, you're probably happy. You get a little more vitamin D, no?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I mean, I don't think she needs. I don't think she needs she can handle much of it though. She's very
the D. I think she can handle the D.
You think she? Well,
I have a feeling she can handle the D, dude.
I mean,
hanging out with wrestlers her whole life.
Yeah, but according to the leaked pictures of Seth, I don't think she can handle very big D, and she doesn't need to. Anyways, I did laugh when Michael Cole was screaming, "Why, Daddy? Why?" That was such a funny. Right. But overall, good. This was to show us that Natty and Maxine are no longer on the same page. Kind of frees Becky up to go find the next challenger. I think Maxine's kind of done in that.
Quite an embarrassing beatdown she took.
She took a sharpshooter for a little while as well. So
Natty came back 3 times to beat the shit out of her.
Let's see how this progresses, because Natty to me is leaps and bounds as a technical wrestler, leaps and bounds ahead of most people in that ring. So I'm not sure Maxine's gonna have a good time in the ring with her, which I assume is.
I think she's the woman that has the most matches of anybody. She might even be the wrestler with the most matches.
She was she recently get like 6 Guinness records.
Yeah,
one being most matches, most pay-per-view matches, most yeah.
I mean, she's been around since how long? Like, it's got to be 20 years. Like, dear Lord. Well, her old man would be very happy with her, I think.
I think so. She's got that longevity. She looked like an old leather handbag, but that's mean, and I don't need to play that game today.
She's had some work done a little bit. She's looking better lately, though. Whoever she changed doctors, I think. She was using Charlotte's doctor for a while. I think she might have switched.
Yeah, it did not work out for them. So let's move on and let's talk about. We're going to talk about this very quickly. Jey Uso came out through the crowd and announced.
Oh, you're wrong, Rumble.
Blah blah blah. Right.
He did it without his brother.
I did think it was funny that they kind of joked about how Jey was took extra long soaking in the cheers. And he's like, just get to it. But I think it was Corey Graves who said something. It was kind of funny.
Was he like doing one of these? Was he like, rerun it? Like, dear Lord, dude, we only got 3 hours here or whatever.
Yeah.
Wrap it up.
It took him 7 minutes to say, I'm going to be in the Royal Rumble. But then we got another match, which I'm very happy about. And this was awesome. This is a 6-man tag match with Rey Mysterio, Penta, and Dragon Lee versus The Vision, It was going to be Austin Theory, Bronson Reed, and Logan Paul.
And who's going to be at ringside?
So we also had Adam Pearce and Paul Heyman at ringside. Paul Heyman, obviously, but Adam Pearce came down as well.
I don't see why Adam Pearce should be down there unless he has a manager card. Does he have a manager license? Should he be at ringside?
He has a general manager license.
Not a manager. He doesn't managing anybody. He's just down there distracting people. I'm pretty sure the attention off the match.
I'm pretty sure he can kind of do whatever he wants, to be honest with you. And I guess before the match, there was some back and forth, right? With that's when AJ had spoken to Pierce about, hey, you don't really want to put your career on the line against Gunther. And he's like, I'm going to go talk to my wife. And then Paul Heyman showed up and they had a bit of an interaction. We had some video packages, right? But not a lot of meat on that. I know the New Day also asked for a title shot, which Pierce agreed to, but it's only they win a fatal 4-way the next week. So kind of, gloss over that, but it's, some backstage stuff. But this is where we get Vision versus, like I said, Rey Mysterio, Penta, Dragon Lee. And I love this match. It was awesome. Really enjoyable, super fast paced, awesome moves.
There was a luchador tandem at one point where they did the triple suicide dive and Rey Mysterio does the moonsault, the oldest guy off the middle rope.
Yeah. Nuts. Yeah, the other two on the side and Mysterio doing a backflip moonsault to the three on the outside was outstanding. It looks so good.
Mysterio might be a deadbeat dad and a total loser, but man, he can still wrestle.
Agree to disagree. As a parent, I understand that sometimes your kid's just shitty. And Dom, I mean, if the shoe fits.
I heard that Rey Mysterio is just like super ugly. That's why he wears the mask. And Dom's obviously Hollywood.
It's got nothing to do with lucha,
right? So he doesn't need to wear the mask. It's just, I don't even know if he's Mexican.
Giant Mexican tattoo across his stomach.
I think he's born in San Diego, isn't he?
I mean, I think so.
Just saying. Sounds like he's a hypocrite.
Right. But this was great. I loved it, and I was very surprised. So the ending kind of comes at Logan Paul trying to throw the knuckles, his brass knuckles, to Austin Theory, but Pierce breaks it up.
Yeah,
and I'm sure you have an opinion of that.
Putting his hands on superstars again. I'd like to hear what HR thinks about this. They got it last week's Raw. He did the same thing that we're just about to talk about with Mr. Breaker. He puts his hands on him, and Breaker puts his hands on him back. And Adam Pearce is all mad. Well, you started it. And now this match, he's there putting his hands on people. If I walked around my work just grabbing people, it'd be a problem. And we got Adam Pearce. Well, he's going to have a legal problem.
Well, I mean, Pierce did tell Heyman to bring Braun to Raw the next week. So we'll see what happens.
There was a phone call made, that's for sure.
Yeah, we'll see what happens there. But yeah, so Pierce breaks it up, and Rey Mysterio gets the knuckles and knocks Theory out. Essentially, he bounces off.
He's a cheater.
Penta gets his Mexican destroyer on him, and they get the win. The Vision lost. I did not see that coming.
Why cheat steal? I didn't think they were going Guerrero's way.
I'll be honest with you, man. I didn't think Ray was the kind of guy to pick up the knuckles and use them. But when you're bullied into a corner like that, sometimes you got to do what you got to do. And
bullied into nothing. They took the knucks off him, and he stuck it up and used it. Bullied nothing. He wasn't in the corner. He was fine. Knuckles taken away, guys. He could have done a pop. He could have done a twist. He could have done a hit.
In general, when you're backed into a corner like that, obviously Ray wasn't the legal man at the time. I'm just saying, when your team is backed into a corner and somebody tries to cheat to win, and you get the opportunity to turn about as fair play, my friend.
I'll give him Sami Zayn sanctimonious. Okay, because they'll preach on, you're cheating to win, and well,
two Sammy sanctimonious thumbs down.
Yeah, two sanctimonious
from Handsome Nick.
Just saying, he's kind of a D right now. It's kind of a D.
Yeah, I wonder if something's going to come of this. Because again, that was very out of character for Ray, I would say. But overall, awesome stuff. Great match. Really enjoyable.
And that's when Adam Pearce after the match gets the phone call that we don't. I'm assuming it's Hunter. Somebody.
Don't know.
Maybe it's HR. I don't know who HR is. Maybe it's Bruiser Brody. Oh, he's dead. Never mind. Is Brooklyn Brawler, you think, the HR for the company?
I think it's Barry Horowitz.
Barry Horowitz would be a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty sure. So
I always bought one of those vests he wore with the hand plant.
Yeah. Oh,
and then they sold the shirts for a while.
I remember watching that live on TV, his first win, and Barry Horowitz's first win.
It was a huge deal. And they went to WCW.
It was crazy. And
he hasn't won a match in 1,400 matches or something, they said.
So
who did he beat? You remember?
Don't. But I will find out right now.
Who did Barry Horowitz?
Skip. Chris Candido. Wow. Of all people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Of all people, Chris Candido too. So
they're trying to bring him down so they could fire him and keep Sonny all for themselves, I think.
Yeah, you think?
And now they can go visit. They could do concerts.
Yeah. She's not going anywhere. So after the match, we get a quick CM Punk interview. And she's like, "How do you plan on beating Finn?" With and he's like, "By being the best in the world." I was like, "Yeah, that's typical Punk stuff." So and then yes, this is when we get the phone call. We also have some more backstage stuff with Rhea and Io coming out to talk about their title defense at Saturday Main Event.
And always on top. That's all I gotta say.
And they're both going to be in the Rumble, and then this brings out Judgment Day with Liv and Roxanne.
Interesting enough how Rhea's path goes back to Judgment Day.
Right. And yet again fighting Liv. But a little sneak attack from Raquel Rodriguez lays out Io and Rhea, and they kind of just leave her in the ring and take off.
Can we just take a few minutes to talk about Liv Morgan's shorts? They're amazing.
You can do that if you want. Yes,
they're amazing. Fine. They're a little long, but holy crap, she's selling some t-shirts. Anyway, I have written down here, Liv Morgan has got the best pants in the game.
So after that, we get a bunch of backstage stuff with Raw. That's one of my gripes, but I'll we'll talk about at the end of this. With Lyra and Bayley hanging out, and essentially Lyra assuming, I think, Bayley's going to be mad because she ate a pin last week and things like that. Bayley's like, nope, we're good. One of us is going to win the Rumble and one of us is going to win the belt. And they hug, and you can hear Bayley like, "Hug me harder, damn it!" Which was great.
Bayley's I love the song they sing for Bayley in England. I forget the song right now, but I don't know. Everybody wants to touch her bum. I think
she is very well loved. Very well loved.
They love her. We forgot to mention the best channel the whole fucking night. I can't believe we almost forgot this. Logan Paul's "You've been banned from Japan" chant.
You've been banned from Japan. Yes, I have it written down too. I completely forgot. Absolutely brilliant.
Logan Paul's like, "I'm not officially banned."
It was really good.
One of the best.
And that's why, you get a lot of the European chants. Some of them aren't in English, some of them are, but a lot of them are singy songy. You go to Belfast, or you even in London, you get nasty chants that you don't even know who came up with them. They're chants that you've never heard before.
Well, they were chanting to what's going on though, which I like. A lot of these European countries, they're just chanting randomly. And it's has nothing to do with what's going on. The last couple, Raw and SmackDowns, something happens, they're chanting about it. I don't mind the singing songy chants. I just want it to be involved in what's going on, and that's wrestling. You get the crowd involved in what's going on. Those France, Belgium, they're just chanting, they're just singing. There's a match happening, and they're singing songs that have nothing to do with what's going on. It drives me insane. I'm like, shut up! Watch the match, dude. You probably paid $200 for this crap. Or
I do like, no, you're not wrong. I do like it. It reminds me of like back in the day. So I used to watch a lot of Premier League soccer. And like David Beckham would be playing, and the crowd just starts chanting horrible things about Posh Spice. Right, just to get under his skin. It's brilliant. It's brilliant, and I felt like that was. It almost reminded me of that, where they're just like, "Hey, Logan Paul's banned in Japan." It was brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
Poor old Javon Evans, huh? No, one of them. It wasn't El Grande. It was like one of the Americanos.
No, he was.
Was it El Grande?
This time? Yeah, it was El Grande this time.
The masks are confusing me.
Yeah, so we get a couple of minutes of wrestling. It goes for commercial break. We come back, and Javon is legit injured. They called the match. It lasted, like I said, we got 3-4 minutes of wrestling out of these two.
It started good.
I had to bail on it. So now I did hear that he's been cleared and he's fine. It was a precautionary thing of them butting heads or something like that at one point, even though he was like holding his arm or.
I didn't even see what happened. He fell out of the ring and pulled something, but I think he's okay.
Well, they both. I think there was a clothesline, and they were both going to go for clothesline, but they both decided to duck at the same time and like rams butted heads.
Was that what it was?
Yeah.
It's kind of stinger. That's just who knows. I mean, they're just trying to put him through some test matches. It seems like, hey, let's fight these guys. Like, that's not a feud, right?
Yeah.
They're just trying to showcase him. Unfortunately, when you're this high flying, this lanky, this muscular, and you're doing a lot of high flying moves, there's a lot of risk for injury. And that's how he wins matches. So, I mean, he can't, unless he changes his style, which he might in the future need to do. He might need to Daniel Bryan it a little bit, tone down and stuff so he has a career. Like, because I mean, Daniel Bryan talks about Stone Cold Steve Austin telling him, you got to change your style and tell him what you can last some ideas of what he can do, right?
Yeah.
And he still put on some of the best matches ever. Like, it's, again, when you're that talented, you can do that. But he's a young guy, so it'll be a few years. So hopefully he lasts. That being said, one of my favorite backstage segments happens next with Kairi Sane and Asuka. I mean, the overacting is crazy, but I loved how she was like, I guarantee you're going to win the Royal Rumble. And I'm calling it now. Asuka's winning the Royal Rumble. And it's going to be her right.
Yeah, she just basically blames Kairi for all their recent losses and says like, "Oh, I'll help you win the Rumble. I'm so sorry." It's very overacted. But if you notice with Julia, who is also Japanese, it's the way they deliver things. It's kind of, again, and we talked about this like last year. It's very anime. Yeah, right? Like I'm watching an anime cartoon.
I also understand too that these languages they're speaking are not even close to their first language.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that they can even get a point across is impressive.
That's fair. That is absolutely fair.
So they're doing their best when it comes to just delivering lines and stuff like that. But I mean, Asuka's got like essentially she's like, I don't want to win. Even if they're the last two, she's going to let her throw her out. It's the way she's talking.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's a very dominatrix type relationship.
It's all sorts of manipulation.
Yeah, it's like this weird. I don't even know. Like she likes to get hit on. Like it's interesting to watch.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of like the Kairi Sane, not Kairi Sane, Rhea Ripley and who's she with again? Io Sky. That relationship. It doesn't seem like they're dating.
Oh, they are in love with each other.
They're just for
sure. They're I have to admit they're absolutely adorable together. Like
they are.
Like they're very cute.
They have such good chemistry, and it's so interesting that like somebody from Japan that can't speak English, some broad that like screamo metal from Australia has this chemistry. I mean, they do. They have great chemistry.
Side note: I've been watching Unreal Season 2. And after Io and Rhea's match at Evolution, which was phenomenal, Io comes to the back and Triple H was like, "That was an amazing match." And he went to hug her and she jumps into his arms, wraps her legs around him. "Oh, thank you very much. I really appreciate it." And then later on, you see her do the same thing to Rhea. Like she just jumps and wraps her legs around. It's just the kind of personality Io has. And I think at one point, Triple H said, "You could decimate my entire roster. Leave me Io Sky, and I'll make it work.
Yeah, I love her.
Yeah. Personality-wise,
who's the guy that used to write for the Attitude Era, and he's now with Juggalo Wrestling? That writer guy.
Is that Vince Russo?
Yeah, he said that he thought that it was incredibly inappropriate for Io to hug Triple H like that, and that he should be sent to HR.
Vince Russo is.
It's such a tool. But I heard Juggalo Wrestling is gonna actually they got a TV deal and shit. I heard they're gonna start pushing.
Wow.
Some of their stuff's not bad. Have you watched any of it on YouTube?
No, I've never seen a thing.
It's not bad. They swear and stuff.
I tried watching a podcast with Vince Russo, and I had to turn it off after 3 minutes.
Bro, too much, man.
He said bro 900 times.
What, bro? What's going on, bro? I got it, bro. Oh my god, dude. It's hard even to watch those Dark Side of the Rings with him in it. I'm like, dude, ease up on the bro.
It's like he says it more than a Valley Girl says like this and like that. He just it's a kick at this point in time. Anyway,
when I heard Juggalo Wrestling might get a push, and I watched a couple matches a few weeks ago.
Well, I'll YouTube it. I'll check it out.
It's different.
We like wrestling.
ECWE with freaks, more freaks. Like some of the folks are, it's Juggalo. They're
the oddities. Remember the oddities from the night? Kurgan and Luna Vachon and
Juggalos were part of that. I think.
Yeah, the Juggalos were part of that at one point. Yes,
they had tag team champions in like WCW, I think, because they wrestled WCW for a little while too.
Yeah, they've wrestled multiple promotions.
Let's talk about longevity. You thought you'd talk about them in 2026 and 1999? It's kind of like Adam Sandler.
I mean, I would have called Adam Sandler
before
more relevant than the ICP. Yeah, for sure.
I don't know if I would have. After seeing Billy Madison, great, funny movie, but dramatic? Who knew? Anyway, that's not what we're here for.
Yeah. Let's finish off this backstage stuff, because we did get a preview for, again, Obafemi. We're getting a video for him every 5 minutes on every show. Done right, he's going to be a beast. He could be a champ he could do a Roman Reigns run 4 years. And then also, this is where we get AJ saying, "I talked to my wife. She says I can fight him." Essentially. So the match for Royal Rumble is on Gunther versus AJ's career on the line. This brings us to the main event of CM Punk and Finn Balor. And oh my God, did they ever friggin' deliver.
Yeah.
What a match.
Finn comes down to his old music.
His old music with his arms up and stuff like that. He missed the timing of the first one and looked in the cameras like, I can't hear the music. I can't hear my music.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I thought it was fantastic.
They almost need one of those earphones that musicians wear.
Yeah. Right. The in-ear monitors. But man, it started off with a bit more of a feeling out process. Holy cow, did that ever pan out to be an amazing match. Finn Balor kicking out of a GTS. Are you kidding me? That was great.
Finn was looking great in this match. We haven't seen him wrestle a lot, eh? Mostly tag team matches.
Right. And he was, I wouldn't say Punk wrestled like a bad guy, but Balor didn't either. He was playing the hits.
This match was all Finn, too, mostly.
Yeah, a lot of Finn.
Yeah.
That coup de grace he got.
I was going to say, even that coup de grace, that was nuts.
The closest not a 3 I've seen in a while.
It was a long 2. I got that written down here.
So well. So well. We do end with, after the coup de grace, Punk kind of gets to his feet and hits a second GTS to win. But my God, that was such a good match, and they've teased recently and proven recently that they're not afraid to switch the belt when you don't think it's coming. So
I wasn't sure who was going to win.
Yeah. It was that good. They could have done a hot shot where Finn's going to win, and then hey, maybe Punk takes it back the next week, or
Punk's got that Bret Hart into him, man. You can't pin the guy.
Yeah,
he kicks up from everything.
He's phenomenal right now. And a handshake and a hug at the end of the match once it was all said and done, which you kind of didn't see coming.
Well, we should say CM Punk wins. He hits a second wins the match, and then they shake hands and hug. What does this mean for Judgment Day? What does this mean for Finn Balor? You think they're going to be making fun of him because of the hug? You think that's going to draw them more apart? Because it seems like there's been some cracks in that team.
100%. And that's the thing. It's like, okay, was this just a feel good moment for people? Um, because he's from Belfast or he's from Ireland. Is this just a nice moment for him to have, and then he's back to being a dastardly, Judgment Day leader the next week? So I'm interested what's going to happen this week on Raw.
You're going to put that belt back, bud. You better start using these advantages you have. I mean, he won the belt once, got injured. How long ago was that?
Yeah,
it shows how hard it is to get this thing,
And he was champion for 24 hours.
I don't even know if that, right? Yeah. Next day they had to strip it.
Next day, yeah, because he got injured on the buckle bomb from Seth. So I don't know. It's interesting. I can't wait. I didn't realize how much I missed cheering for Finn until Monday Night Raw. It was awesome. Start to finish, he got the crowd in the palm of his hand from the second his music hit.
I was expecting the Demon to come out.
I was half expecting it. Yeah, for sure.
When that happens again, what if he does a Mick Foley at the Royal Rumble?
It comes out as
Finn, comes out as the Demon later.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be incredible if the Demon won the Royal Rumble? Would he have to be the Demon all the time?
Oh, that'd be interesting.
I wonder how they would work that. Either way, they're always all right. A lot of backstage segments. Yeah, it's a bit much.
It's too much. The 6-man tag was outstanding. The main event was fantastic. The Becky Lynch match was okay. One of Dupree's better matches. I still have some issues with her.
She's so goddamn inconsistent. They'll have a good match. She's the Toronto Maple Leafs of wrestling right now. Has a good match, has a bad match. It's like 50-50, because the match before that was just garbage. But then the match before that one was half the, like she's been getting bad. There was a match where I'm like, oh, okay, I can see what's going on here. She's getting better, yada yada. She's stacked now too, though. She really is training.
And fair play to the fact that Javon got injured, so that I would call that a half a match. That's 3.5 matches on a 3-hour show. That's not enough. It's not enough.
Right. I agree.
It's getting silly with all the backstage stuff, and especially again with the Rumble. Everyone has to show up and say, "I'm going to be in the Rumble," and then leave, and it's we're wasting time, people. We don't need you to announce that you're in the Rumble. We know it's going to happen.
I like it back in the day where you didn't know who was in the Rumble until people are pulling numbers from that spinning thing.
Agreed.
You don't even see that anymore. I watched the Rumble recently, an old one with Miz and not Miz, Ric Flair, and then Eddie Guerrero came in to choose his number, and you could tell on his face was a bad number, and he was like, whatever, and he hugs Ric Flair. And he switches the balls.
And he switches the numbers, yeah.
That Ric Flair was like number 1, and he was number 30 or something shit. I miss him. To a real one. All right.
He's the best.
Before we get into it, like and subscribe. Let us know what you think.